Welcome back, everyone. I'm Garrett Weinzierl, and this is Hearthstone Headlines, Hearthhead's weekly wrap-up of everything going on in the world of Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft. This was a huge week in Hearthstone, everyone. The calm before the storm. Or maybe the calm before the whispers. That's probably a little more accurate. I mean, classic and basic card changes were finally revealed. Ben Brode talked a little bit more about why a new class in Hearthstone is unlikely. There are Raven idols all over the Tavern. But first, Hearthstone lead designer Ben Brode, along with the help of Frodan, revealed all of the remaining cards from Whispers of the Old Gods. There are some supremely interesting cards, but there are, however, far too many to talk about right here. So here are some of the highlights. First up is a new legendary named Twin Emperor Vek'lor, who actually summons another 4/6 taunt minion named Vek'nalash, should your Cthulhu have at least 10 attack. We got to see Psych-o-Tron's corrupted cousin Psych-o-Tron, and this might be my favorite art so far. We got an ode to the first ever Hearthstone World Champion, Firebat, with the amply named Fiery Bat. The new Druid legendary Fandral Staghelm, which gets rid of that pesky need to choose one on Druid cards. Doomcaller seems like it might be a very strong minion in Cthulhu decks, as not only does it buff Cthulhu, like most Cthulhu cards, but it will also return the old god from death to your deck. Blade of Cthulhu, which can potentially remove a large threat off of the board while buffing Cthulhu the turn before Cthulhu would be played, since it's sitting there at the 9 mana slot. And finally, the card I was the most excited to see, Evolve. I cannot wait to cast this spell on my board of seemingly innocuous totems, and then maybe do it again, and keep getting upgrades. Bring it on. So there you have it. All of the Old Gods cards have been revealed so far. Come this Tuesday, we will get a new expansion, a free legendary minion, 3 free packs just for logging in, and 10 more potential packs from completing dailies. I am very excited for the future of Hearthstone. Blizzard finally revealed which basic and classic cards are getting changed with standard play coming to Hearthstone. First up is Ancient of Lore, which now only draws 1 card should a Druid player choose that effect. Force of Nature costs 1 less mana, but the 3 Treants no longer have charge. As a consolation, the Treants no longer die at the end of the turn. Keeper of the Grove now only has 2 health. Ironbeak Owl's mana cost is up to 3. Big Game Hunter's mana cost is up to 5. Hunter's Mark, continuing the mana increasing trend, now costs 1 mana, up from 0. Probably the most controversial change, Blade Flurry is having its mana cost doubled up to 4, and it will no longer be able to hit your opponent's face, removing a ton of Rogue's Burst potential. Knife Juggler getting a rather minor nerf, going down to 2 attack, but it can still fling deadly knives as well as ever. Leper Gnome joined Knife Juggler and losing only 1 attack point. This Icky Gnome is now just a 1/1. Still does 2 damage when it dies, though. Arcane Golem gained health, going up to 4, but lost charge and retained its negative battle cry. Molten Giant's mana cost has gone up to a whopping 25, making it significantly harder and extremely risky to try and get one out for 0 mana. Master of Disguise no longer grants permanent stealth. Instead, the stealth only lasts until next turn. While this isn't a card that sees much play, Blizzard has cited granting permanent stealth as a design obstacle. It's the week before a new expansion, but the Blues haven't shown any signs of getting quieter on their Twitter accounts. While answering a question about whether it's going to be wild or standard in Arena, it's going to be wild, by the way, it's already been confirmed, Ben Brode said that Blizzard might mix things up a bit when it comes to the Arena format. Here's hoping for the ability to run Arena tournaments at some point. Brode also went on to give more reasoning behind his previous statements that a new hero class in Hearthstone is unlikely. This time he mentioned that adding another class decreases the chances further that players will crack a card in a pack for their favorite class. We have a brand new Tavern Brawl in Hearthstone this week, and while it is not Old Gods themed, it is quite the unique brawl. In this brawl, your deck will consist of 30 Raven idols. Now, you get to choose a class, but your deck is still nothing but Raven idols. Mage is once again quite a strong class in this brawl, especially if you can find a Flamewaker or a Mana Worm. Rogue is also quite strong, since you will have no shortage of 1 mana spells to trigger your combo cards. Kevin Hovstad has Hearthhead's 5th meta review up for the week, and it should keep everyone nice and informed until Old Gods hits on Tuesday and upsets literally everything we know about the game. But until then, feel free to keep at it with Zulok, mid-range Druid. Actually, enjoy your last few days of having combo in Druid period, but also Secret Paladin and many other tried and true staples. Microsoft's latest AI invention is CaptionBot, which examines uploaded images and attempts to describe what is happening in said image with a caption. Things got a little weird and surprisingly cake-themed when we put the Old Gods through Microsoft's new tool. The first volume of Warcraft Chronicles had this map of the elements in the Warcraft universe. We put up a Hearthstone spin on it, featuring some of the most famous characters from Light and Shadow, Life and Death, and Order and Disorder. The new mage card, Faceless Summoner, got the hardcore stat treatment in a new piece right here on Hearthhead. In it, Skiffington breaks down the quality of all the potential 3-drop minions. Statistics were run for both Standard and Wild. Spoiler alert, it's looking like a pretty strong card, but the nitty-gritty stats are available on Hearthhead right now. As always, for all of the Whispers of the Old Gods information you could ever desire, keep your eyes on the guide right here on Hearthhead. Also, Space Wizard is back with part 3 of his Old Gods card review and analysis videos. Good luck covering the avalanche of cards that was just revealed this week in part 4 of Space Wizard. That will do it for this edition of Hearthstone Headlines. As always, I can be found on Twitter at GarrettArt, and talking so much more Hearthstone on the Angry Chicken Hearthstone podcast over at amove.tv/TAC. We will be doing a live episode of The Angry Chicken from CreateCon in Orlando this July. For tickets and information, check out createconvention.net. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, good luck and have fun.